You'll probably realize that throughout your day-to-day as a business owner, you have to be your manager, the supervisor, the trainer, the accountant, your own lawyer. You have to do all these tasks for your business. Good thing would be if you're able to delegate all these tasks. You hire a lawyer, you hire somebody to answer the phone calls for you, somebody to do all these other things. Sometimes I'm sure sometimes you actually spend the entire day until 5, 6, 7, or 10 p.m. just working. You realize by that time that you just worked on one task when you're supposed to have done many other tasks. In this video, I'm going to help you resolve just that. And you're hearing from a multi-unit franchise business owner. I'll tell you the problems that I have, all the issues, and exactly how we fixed these problems, and that actually boosted the growth of my business tremendously. With these 4 steps that I applied, I learned how to organize my steps, but also actually how to find the motivation for me to get the tasks done. Because sometimes you have days that you are more free and you have time to finish these tasks, but you don't find motivation or the will to complete or do them the right way. So if that's a problem that you're having, the same problem that I've had for a decade in business, make sure to hit the like button of this video. It's just below. I'll show you exactly how to fix this issue. All you're gonna need to resolve this big issue in your life, in your business, are 2 things. You don't need software. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on monthly subscription. It's simply Google Calendar and a notebook, any type of notebook, pen and paper that you can write with. You're gonna use that calendar to place all of your tasks, and that's an important thing. When you put all of your tasks there, select the day and the time. If today you have tasks to do all afternoon, you have to go somewhere or make other phone calls or work on the marketing for your business, work on accountant, call a specific client like this one, and you don't have time to do that today, you'll look for tomorrow, your next available time that you have available. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., for example, just select any time at 1 or 2 p.m. And you're going to, at 1 p.m., make the phone call or complete the tasks. It's very important to do that. And number 2, it is important, like I said, to put all the tasks that you have to do. So even if it's recurring tasks that you have to do on a daily basis. So for recurring tasks, you can use the calendar. Don't leave it up in the air that in your mind that eventually you have to do that anyways, or you have to do that every day. If it's a task that let's say you have to do marketing, social media posts for your business every single day, it still has to be on your calendar so it doesn't occupy the space for other things. And number 3, finally, is you want to allow enough time to complete the tasks, because then you're going to be back to the same problem. So if you have to go to the bank, for example, or make a phone call, and you know that usually going to the bank would take you 30 minutes to go there and come back, you're not just going to put 1 hour on your calendar. You're going to set up for 2 hours, 1.5 hours. You want to make sure to allow enough time so that you're not still on that task when you're supposed to do your next task, for example. So this is so important that even Elon Musk and other business owners use the same tactic. As a matter of fact, Elon Musk, he set up his tasks and scheduling to-dos on his calendar on a 5-minute increment. So even if, let's say, he has to make a phone call and he knows that phone call is going to take 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it may take him, 5 minutes after the task is completed, he's going to have another task there. So every 5 minutes, he's actually changing tasks and to-dos, so he's not just focused too much. He's not just doing one thing the entire day. That's how important it is. Of course, with us, we don't have that crazy of a schedule. So technically, I like to leave a 1 hour gap between a task, because if a task or an event takes longer than I thought it would, at least you have that little 30-minute or 1 hour gap, depending on the task, of course. Problem number 2, how to delegate or hire a new person and when to do that. The business owner, I'm sure you wish to delegate everything right now, but you might not have the money for that. You might not be financially ready to delegate all the tasks. Initially, you're probably not going to be hiring people to do a task that you can easily do quick and effectively, because you want to grow your business strong. You want to be the one doing that task, that important task, and hire somebody to take away the tasks that, although they are important, but they are not directly connected to the growth of your business. Meaning, if you're on a service provider business like I am, even though if initially I'm the one detailing cars going out there in the field at the beginning of the business, eventually I'm going to want to be out of the front line. I want to hire. So that would be my first hire, to hire somebody to take that I can train to take on my spot on providing the services directly, because then it's going to open up my time all the entire day, all that time for me to focus on growth of my business, acquiring clients, maximizing training to train new employees so that I can provide a better customer service as well, particularly on training, and consequently grow the business. But you might not be financially ready to take that step, take the leap. And the way you know that you're financially ready to hire somebody is for, let's say, take the example of them or hiring somebody to be on the front line of your business, providing the service, if that's what your business does, is when your cash flow increases and you have that money in the bank, on a monthly basis, you see consistently, then you'll be able to tell, okay, I can afford this. You're not hiring somebody on credit cards. You're not hiring somebody when you don't have positive cash flow on a monthly basis. You want to use the cash that you have to hire somebody, the first person, for example, and you go from there. And then when you hire somebody, that monthly positive cash flow that you're having is going to decrease because now you're paying a salary to your employee. And that employee is supposed to be an investment to you. That employee is supposed to increase your cash flow even more. And that would be when the right time is to hire your second person, to delegate to your second task. So I like to say that your day starts the night before you go to bed. And so at that time is when you're writing down what you're going to do the next day. Perhaps it's already written down, because throughout the day, as you're performing your tasks as a business owner, so let's say you're focused on one thing, you're doing the marketing, and then out of the sudden a problem arises. That's like the day-to-day of an entrepreneur, of a business owner. You have problems constantly that sometimes you have to leave what you're doing and focus on that thing which becomes a priority at that time. If that new problem that arises last minute when you're doing a certain task, you first have to ask yourself, is this really a priority right now? If yes, if it is a priority, then the task that you're doing, you can get the task to finish and move to a different time so that you can allow time to finish that task on your calendar. If it is not a priority, then you're going to write when you're going to do the task. You're going to put that on the calendar. And then throughout the day, you might be adding new tasks for the next day. If something shows up that you have an idea for your business, that you want to create a booklet, a brochure, or whatever it may be, or create a new Instagram post that you have an idea about, you're not going to stop what you're doing because that's not priority, because it's not on your calendar. It's a priority. Whatever is on your calendar is a priority. So then you're going to get that task and push it for tomorrow, for the next day, the day after that. Set up a time, write down your idea so you don't forget it when you come to do that, and you write on the description of the task, and that's how you're going to be building up your calendar. So here's an example of how I am organized on one particular day here on my calendar and my tasks. So tomorrow, for example, I have that, and this is a recurring task, that every day at 9 a.m. I do some management tasks, management duties. Check on the sales call department if there's anything that I have to follow up with, and check on the script for sales calls. And then later on, I have a meeting at 1 p.m. That is just for that one tomorrow. And then the other time, which is an event. The meeting is an event that I created. Then the other part is checking on the marketing, see how the marketing team is doing the social media posts as well. And if any one of you is interested to learning more and starting your own franchise business, for example, where you have all the operations, of course, is going to be already set to succeed in your business, check out the link in the description below to see the franchise that I actually own, which is Wings Mobile Detailing, and you click on the link in the description, see the franchise opportunity there. This last problem is motivation. You got everything, all the other three problems to the T. You got everything resolved and you don't have any issue. Everything is organized on your calendar, but you find yourself procrastinating. When you get to 1 p.m. and you have a certain task to do, you just don't do it. And what's lacking right there is motivation. And again, motivation is that one thing that it doesn't last, So because it doesn't last, you have to always practice that muscle constantly. It's not that you're going to acquire motivation or bring motivation upon you, but you can one time and it's going to last forever. It doesn't last. It's quick. A lot of times people do the work because they're excited for the results. And the way to do that is constantly, not just one time, not just the beginning of the year, but constantly every single day, if not twice a day, write your goals down. If I go to sleep already excited for the things, for my goals that I have to do, then chances are that the next day I'm going to wake up with more energy. And that works incredibly well for me. Right after I write my goals down, I'm checking my calendar, my to-do list for the next day, and it connects to it. It connects in my mind to say, okay, if I do that, I'm going to accomplish these goals. So it makes me motivated and excited to do the task. I look forward to doing the tasks. And if you want more info on getting this motivation, this excitement to work for your business and grow your business, this is extremely important. Motivation is not just it's not just something that does not work. It's something that you need. If you're a business owner, if you're growing your franchise business, you need motivation. Also, if you are interested in learning the notebook that I use to write my goals down, this is the 10X rule by Grant Cardone, that on one side I write my goals down here, and on the other I write my to-do list. Of course, my to-do list is also on my calendar, but I also like to write my to-do list here, what I'm going to do, so that it's in my head as well as I'm writing my goals down. Click on this video right here and you watch this next video on showing me everything that I learned to grow my business from Grant Cardone, including writing the goals down.